Hey y'all, it's me. You already know. We ain't gotta go there. You already know. It's about y'all. What's up? Real deal. What's going on? I know y'all didn't know I was going live. Yeah, you know how we do it over here. I just pop up and go live sometimes. Yes. Welcome to the chat, real deal. Now y'all know I'm about to bring this content to y'all, right? Y'all right? That's why you're supposed to keep your subscribe button on. So every time I go live, I don't know when I'm going live sometimes, y'all. But you know, when it comes down to women and children, that's just how I am. So thank God that somebody loves women and children and speculate and speak on them. Anything to get attention to the audience. That's what I do. Now, I did a live earlier on the Midtown shooter. 24-year-old, y'all. But I don't know if this young man has, a mental issue or nothing like that. You know what I mean? When you said, we talked about mental illness is serious. Mental health is serious. Okay. Now, the title of this content is that Midtown Atlanta gunman has been arrested after killing one and injured 4 women. They caught his butt, y'all. They got him. See, the little joke, I'm about to show y'all the video, but I got to react now, because y'all know I'm a reaction channel. I do speculate when I react. That's what they do. But I'm about to tell y'all some truth now. This mother sucker took his mama down there with him, y'all, to the hospital down in Midtown Atlanta where I live, and just lost it. Start shooting people, women. Just standing right there shooting them. Y'all know he ain't in it. You know he wasn't in his right, man. Then he turned around. He hijacked a car, parked it up in the parking deck. Now, if he parked that car up in the parking deck, how he get that car out of there, y'all, and go up to Cobb County? To be honest with you, Cobb County is like a good 35, 45 minutes away from downtown Midtown. It's not there. It's a long ways, but it's out there with the new Braves Stadium, okay? I'm from Atlanta, so I know what stuff is out here. I've been around a long time. I ain't bragging, I'm just keeping it real. But they got him. They caught him. Now, I was trying to get in contact with one of the mothers who came up on, come stand out there with me in the evening, in the morning. Real deal, y'all see me out there at work in the morning time. But one of my evening parents came here telling me about this story. I didn't know about this story. See how you could be in the same state and you don't know what's going on? And she came and told me about this story. And so I said, what? Today? She said, yeah, we were down there. But she said the guy that they stopped, she said she believed that he was the right man. But they said, well, we're looking for a guy with the same hoodie you got on. Well, she said that she believed he got away. She believed it was him. But she said she can be wrong. See, Atlanta people, they knows it. They gonna tell on you. I don't care. He couldn't hide. He went to the Round County. He went to Cobb County. They couldn't go nowhere in Atlanta and try to hide, because they gonna get you. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna still try to get that interview with that parent. If I had to get that interview on that parent tomorrow when I get to work tomorrow evening, okay? But let's take a look at this, y'all. Man, they got that, man. They got the suspect, y'all. He went in the hospital and he shot 5 women. Sick women, older women, young women. Well, young woman died, 34 years old. One, the girl was 25. A lady was 70-something. He went in the hospital. He had his mama with him. Okay, now look, y'all. Y'all know I love talking to y'all, so let me go and let y'all hear this.
along West Peachtree Street Northwest. Again, all they're telling us is that multiple people have been hurt in an active shooter investigation, but they're stressing that they do not have this shooter in custody. So we don't know if that person's on the move right now, if there is maybe more shooting activity happening right now. But we have been told this is an area that they're concentrating on between 12th and 13th Street, and that they're asking people to stay in place. Again, this is the area where Google opened an office building, I think July of 2022. The Epicurean Hotel is there.
But y'all see that title right there, suspect gunman arrested after shooting. They got him, y'all. They just playing with y'all from the beginning.
A big hotel, and there are a lot of condos in this area as well. A lot of people who live right in this area. So we are asking anyone who might be listening right now, seeing what's on the ground from a safe perspective. If you have information or pictures and video you can share, be sure to send them into the 11 Alive newsroom. We know a lot of people probably watching this unfold as it's happening. A lot of police, fire, and paramedic activity happening in that area. If you're just joining us, this is an active shooter situation that is unfolding as we speak at West Peachtree Street Northwest between 12th and 13th Streets in Midtown. Atlanta police confirming a number of people are hurt and they do not have a shooter in custody. Savannah Levins is joining me here on the set to talk more about this as we're working the phones and working the maps right now to get a better perspective of where police might be extending this search for the shooter right now. Again, a really busy part of the city at a very busy time of day. We're just coming off the lunch hour.
Yeah, we have crews on the way right now trying to report from the ground safely. Of course, I actually live on West Peachtree in Midtown, and I just got a text from my building asking us to shelter in place, or anyone who is there right now. And I was checking Twitter and seeing what people were saying. There were a lot of people in Midtown. As you mentioned, so many offices, so many, businesses. And one woman said she was leaving an appointment and security ran up and told her to take shelter inside away from a window because there was an active shooter situation. So you can imagine how scary that is, not only for the people in the building where this is happening, but in nearby buildings where they're being corralled inside and told to take shelter, to shelter in place, which is exactly what Atlanta police tweeted out there as a warning as they try to get this under control.
I was thinking about the restaurant Reverence, I think is right there. A lot of restaurants in that area as well. And as we mentioned, we're coming off the lunch hour. So a very busy time as the restaurants are probably asking people to stay inside as well. You make a good point about staying away from windows. We can't stress enough, this is an active situation. They do not have the shooter in custody. This is video just into the 11 Alive newsroom. A moment ago, you see an armored vehicle coming in now. This is some high-powered protection coming in from Atlanta police. Now, as this is unfolding in the next layer, as they're focusing their search in Cobb County, I mean, this is not a day you forget, right? This is a day you remember, and there is so much more that is yet to be told in this story. We'll learn more about the 4 women in the hospital. We'll learn more about the 39-year-old woman who died, and we'll learn more about what led to the shooting inside a medical facility at lunchtime on a Wednesday afternoon in such a busy part of Midtown Atlanta, a story that the country is already talking about. This is a live perspective from the 11 Alive Sky Tracker over Cobb County right now. We are emphasizing again that the active search has moved out of Midtown. They are focused on Cobb County right now, specifically areas around Vinings, Cumberland, and Truist Park. People there told to stay put, be careful, hard to see through the trees, but you see a lot of law enforcement from, as we've mentioned.
Hey, now, I know we got to get to the point because I skipped it a little bit. Now, I'm tripping now because you had five, you had each one of these are men. You had number 5, you had a 5, this man shot 5 women. The guy in Texas shot 5 women and 1 man. Then Chicago, somebody shot 5 women. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? All I said is stay prayed up and just stay prayed up. You don't believe in prayer, then do what you gotta do. But what on here, he just said that I gave y'all an hour ago. I just gave y'all some news and said he was still at large, and he was out there at Cobb County. But this same news right here said he was arrested. Y'all see it right there. Now I'm trying to find out what's the problem, because right here it says suspect gunman arrested after shooting 5 killing. See? So let me take it on down and see what's going on.
John Sherrick is live there now. John, I just saw that Cobb County Police said they're about to update media there in Cobb County.
Yeah,
but what are you seeing there?
Hold on,
and what-
I told y'all. See, y'all got out of line. See? I told y'all I just got a text and said they don't arrest that man. Cobb County. He went out when I got off my other line. I said, well, y'all haven't seen it yet because I just uploaded. It was when he went to Cobb County out there with the Atlanta Braves Stadium. He dropped that car off. He was done. He shouldn't have went to Cobb County. He ain't gonna get. He wasn't gonna get away, y'all. He wasn't gonna get away. Not out there. But listen, here go the update right here.
What have you learned so far?
They are about to give us a briefing, perhaps within about 30 minutes. Of course, we'll bring that to you live when they do speak with us. Right now, we're at another location where Cobb County Police are searching for this suspect. This is an apartment complex just off of Highway 41, immediately to the west of the Battery and Truist Park. Police have this entrance and exit blocked. They are going through the apartment complex, searching for perhaps places where this suspect might be hiding. As vehicles come in, they're allowed to go in, but as they leave, and as one leaves here, you might be able to see it. Police are searching every single vehicle that leaves. They're opening the trunks, opening the backs of these vehicles, making sure there is no one inside other than the person who is driving. Cobb County Police have been searching throughout this area, at the Battery, at Truist Park, in the parking decks around there, at the Galleria Center just across I-285, and the parking decks there, at the Cumberland Mall area, throughout this area of Smyrna in Cobb County. Cobb County Police.
Let me ask y'all something. Do y'all think somebody hiding him? Or y'all just think he just running? Y'all think somebody hiding him, or do y'all think he's just running? They got to get him, y'all. They got to get this man.
Have been taking the lead in searching every possible place where they believe the suspect might be, and we may learn more, perhaps within about 30 minutes, when Cobb County Police are able to brief us about the extent of their search, the nature of their search, where they are searching, what kind of tips they're receiving, just what kind of leads they're receiving that might explain why they are focusing so heavily on this area of Smyrna.
John, thanks a lot. Just to connect the dots for people between this Midtown location and where you are right now is
let me tell y'all a piece of something. Real deal. They gonna catch that man before the night over with, okay? He hiding in the woods. They gonna get him before the night's over with. I don't want them to kill him. I want them to get him so we can find out what was his problem. I don't want them to kill him. I don't want them to kill him, y'all. I just don't want them. If they kill him, we don't know what his problem was, do.
Just moments after the shooting, APD says there was a carjacking. They believe that the suspect took a car from Midtown and drove to Cobb County. Cobb County recovered that car, still searching for the suspect. And there has been a flurry of police activity. We want to have you take a look at your screen now. This is an example of what we've been seeing. There was a moment about an hour and a half ago where dozens of police officers came running out of that construction site near Truist Park, all carrying weapons, jumping into vehicles, Police
They don't
officers
hear
and
him.
SWAT members from various agencies all jumping in their cars, peeling out, heading in one direction as they were getting tips and information. We did hear from Cobb County they had a number of false alarms. Nothing had panned out, but this really speaks to the intensity of the search that continues now in Cobb County.
And there are still so many big questions, namely and particularly, why Cobb County? What tip led them there? What information led them there? We don't fully know that yet. We do want to bring in Cody Alcorn, who's been working his sources for the past several hours, trying to piece this puzzle together, Cody. So let's...
Yeah, I remember Cody. He was in the Alexis Ware case. Now he in Atlanta.
Start with that question, if you don't mind. Do we know anything about why the focus is now kind of on Cobb County?
That's what he took the car.
Well, I will tell you, there have been a lot of false calls, a lot of sightings that have not been this individual. But the one piece of information we've all gotten, my source told me, I know some other sources have told some colleagues of ours, is that there was a carjacking shortly after this shooting. And the focus did go to Cobb County. So it's still believed that could have been this suspect, is how they got to Cobb County. But again, it doesn't really make sense as to what led that man there unless he has ties there, he's from there. But begs the question then, why did his mom bring him here to Northside Hospital earlier today? So
when his mom dropped him off there, he has mental issues. If a mama bring her child to the hospital, he didn't want to be there.
I think that's the $1 million question is, is this guy just
Allegedly.
desperate and just trying to get away? I don't have that answer. I think APD and other agencies are trying to figure that out right now. I know, they have his mom. They are questioning her, trying to figure out where is he going and probably why is he going in that direction.
No doubt, Cody. And of course, the more time that passes, the more challenging it gets because time equals geography. We're almost up to 6 hours now. He could cover a lot of ground if he wanted to go much further than Cobb County, but they have to focus on the area that they know about. You've talked to a lot of witnesses. You've talked to people who were inside the waiting room at the time of the shooting, people that police investigators have talked to as well.
Yeah, that's right. I got down here earlier today and I didn't realize where I was standing at the moment, but I was actually outside the doors where these staff members and these patients were actually being interviewed by Atlanta police. I didn't have a camera. I didn't put a camera in their face. I just kind of waved around and just casually talked to them. I told them who I was. And then once I came back down to the area, they opened up about what happened. And you could tell they were still in shock. But from my understanding and what I've been told by several of these employees inside Northside is that this suspect came to Northside with his mom. Now, one nurse said they found it odd, him being 24 years old, and he had to come with his mother. And that made them believe maybe there was something with mental health here.
That's what I
that's
said.
not confirmed. They said there was some
That's
bickering.
what I said. That's exactly what I said. He has mental issues, mental health problems. That's why his mama dropped him off at the hospital. She wanted him to go in there and get help. And allegedly, he could have thought people were laughing at him. You don't know what's wrong. You don't know what's in them people's mind.
Between the mom and this suspect, but they don't understand what escalated that bickering into this man allegedly pulling out a gun and shooting these 5 women. A lot of things don't make sense about this. They were also on the 11th floor of this facility. So, to pull this off, to get down 11 floors in an elevator, out the door, carjack somebody possibly, and get out of the city, I'll tell you, a lot of people are surprised that this suspect is still on the run this long after the shooting with all the resources that have been going in to track this guy down.
Cody, that is a really good point, frankly, that, 11 floors they had to get down from the moment. And it does seem like the response was relatively quick. But we were talking how it's just a needle in a haystack when you're talking about a huge...
Like I told y'all, one of my parents went down there. She said that she just believed she's an older lady. She's like 50. She said she believed that was the guy that they was talking to. But she said, I can be wrong. But they stopped him. And I don't know why she won't answer the phone so I can talk to her.
Metropolitan area with so many people.
No doubt. In fact, one of the first images we saw of the suspected gunman, Cody, was an image that looked to be inside an elevator and his mask was off. And if you wonder in retrospect, was that on his way down? All of these pieces to the puzzle, you hope, then come together for investigators to find him. Cody, they say he's still armed and dangerous. They're very concerned. They want to make sure nobody gets hurt.
We gotta get that man.
Yeah, and they have a $10,000 reward out for any information leading to his arrest. And I'll tell you, the public's been great. They've been getting a lot of calls. I know a lot of those are false calls, but at least people are paying attention and looking out for this guy. And I will tell you this as well. I mean, it doesn't seem like this guy showed up to the hospital today just to carry out a shooting. That's at least the perspective I'm getting from talking to people inside the hospital, that, you know, he was brought here by his mom for some reason. And it seems like the shooting was secondary. But, you know, why did he have a weapon on him? What kind of weapon to carry off this type of shooting? Because I talked to the nurse who I talked about early on at 5 o'clock that, you know, she was in the back and she heard a pop, pop. It kind of stopped, and then it was a pop, pop, pop. So, you know, that's another question. Did he come here with that intention, or was he having a mental health crisis? His mom brought him here. Maybe she didn't know he was armed with a weapon. So you got to feel for his mother as well. I'm sure this is not how she expected her day to go with her son, who maybe she was bringing him here to get some help. Again, that is just by theory, but from talking to the nurses, it's not as if he came right into their office and just started opening fire immediately.
Cody,
I don't know how old that picture is. He's 24, y'all. How old he look? The man needs some help. So they need to talk to him, talk to wherever, you know, and tell people how to take, be safe, and how to take shelter when they see him and whatever. Because this man liable to doing anything. I have y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. I have y'all hooked up. Yeah, watch it. That man got issues. He didn't want to go down there and get no help. He could have thought that the women were laughing at them, but they probably weren't laughing at him. That's what his mind talked. His mind directed him to do everything he did. I don't know how he told him to go to Cobb County. I don't know how he told him to go hijack. It don't work like that. Now, my friend that I really want to get on the phone, I don't understand why she won't answer the phone, but she was down there. I'm gonna try her number again, y'all. I don't know why she not answer the phone, but I would like for her to answer it. Hold on. Try her number again. I just want her to talk to us. But what? Oh, yeah, it's okay. You ain't got to answer. You don't have to answer that.
Appreciate the insight and all the information. And we do want to mention that the police chief did say that the suspect's mother and family has been cooperating throughout the course of the day.
And really, I mean, this is happening in the middle of the lunchtime rush hour, first of all, and now moving into the after work rush hour in Cobb County. This has impacted so many roads, so many people. Andrew Wilson joining us now to kind of break down the timeline of those impacts, Andrew.
Yeah, Savannah, I mean, this has been a long-going incident. I mean, we started here at 12:08 p.m. That was going to be right on West Peachtree Street. That's going to be when the first call call came in about the shooting taking place right between 12th and 13th Street there on West Peachtree Street. And at first we thought it was just in that area. And then we found out that it was right there at that Northside Hospital location. Police then were kind of looking through this area to try to find out where the suspect may be. And then they believe that Deion Patterson allegedly carjacked somebody at Williams and 14th. You can see how close these are together. So he quickly made his way. Looks like
carjacked somebody. Do he have somebody? They dropped him off. They found the car that he carjacked. Do he have anybody with him?
somewhere around this area, somewhere either up West Peachtree or over on 13th up to Spring Street, over towards 14th and then Williams Street. And then he made his way up the interstate up towards the Cobb County area. This is where police believe he may have ended up at. There's a lot of police activity right now around the Battery, around the Vinings area, around Cumberland. And that's where we've seen a lot of police hanging out around the Windy Ridge Parkway area. That's going to be also right at the court that's located right here as well, right around the Battery. That's going to be where we've had a lot of that police activity, including where we had all those police kind of running out of that building that you saw earlier on in our newscast. So again, it started right there around 12:08 p.m. this afternoon. That's going to be right at West Peachtree Street. The carjacking soon after at Williams Street and 14th. And now that current search area right here on the northwest side. So Windy Ridge Parkway is right now closed off right around the Battery. Try to avoid that area and give emergency crews plenty of room as they continue to search for this suspect.
All right, thank you, Andrew. We want to reset here. If you are just joining us, we are following breaking news. A shooting suspect, a mass shooting suspect, still on the loose tonight following a shooting in Midtown.
In a medical facility in the north side Midtown location around lunchtime. We've been bringing you uninterrupted live coverage since 12:45 as the search continues right now for the man police say shot 5 women. One of them died. This is who they're looking for. This is 24-year-old Deion Patterson. 11 Live's Cody Alcorn reporting that he originally arrived at the urgent care and family medicine facility on West Peachtree in Midtown with his mother. Atlanta police say shots were fired at 12:08. 1 person is dead, 4 others hurt, 3 in critical condition right now at Grady Hospital. All the victims are women. It happened on the 11th floor inside a medical waiting room. Nurses and lab techs were there as it happened and tried to help the victims. The shooter is still on the loose. Right now, the search is focused in Cobb County, where they believe he went after he carjacked a car in Midtown. We have confirmed Patterson was with the U.S. Coast Guard, discharged in January of this year. We don't know why he was discharged, but Coast Guard confirms that he was part of the Coast Guard since 2018.
And we know the victims range in age from 25 to 71 years old. And just minutes ago, we got some video in from our viewer. A lot of you have been sending us videos from your vantage points. Marcus took this video over that initial scene in Midtown. You can see more than a dozen emergency vehicles there. And perhaps even more notable is the lack of people on the sidewalks or in driving in vehicles, just because there was a shelter in place. In effect, thousands of people told to find cover.
Take a look at this video right outside of Truist Park at a construction site. Dozens of police officers running out, weapons in hand. This really speaks to the intensity of the search as they gathered new information. We're running literally on tips. All of these officers jumping into cars. This was within about the last hour or so. And then screeching down the road to the next location. We have heard from Cobb County and Atlanta PD. They've been getting lots of tips in, some false alarms, but they are following up on every lead, looking for a man they say is armed and dangerous. There is a $10,000 reward for information leading to his capture.
And during this time, a lot of employees, a lot of parents have been getting those texts that you never want to receive saying that, you know, this business, this condominium, this school is under lockdown, and just kind of a parent's worst nightmare when you have that feeling of not being able to go pick up your child right away. And Senator Raphael Warnock was one of those parents who got one of those texts while he was on the Senate floor. We recorded that clip, what he had to say today. Take a watch.
My own 2 children were on lockdown this afternoon. I have 2 small children, and their schools are on lockdown responding to this tragedy. They are there, I'm here, hoping and praying that they are safe. But the truth is, none of us is safe. As a pastor, I'm praying for those who are affected by this tragedy, but I hasten to say that thoughts and prayers are not enough. And in fact, it is a contradiction to say that you are thinking and praying and then do nothing. It is to make a mockery of prayer. It is to trivialize faith. We pray not only with our lips, we pray with our legs. We pray by taking action. And still there are those who want to convince us that this is the cost of freedom. To them, we have to say no.
Senator Warnock talking as a senator, as a father, and as a pastor. Mm-hmm. And this will be part of a conversation in days to come. But right now, the focus is just trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together of what happened, why it happened, and what happens next as this man is still on the run.
Yeah, our Cody Alcorn live now for us. Cody, you've been trying to put those pieces of the puzzle together. You've spoken to people who were witnesses to this horrific shooting. I mean, what have you been able to parse together when it comes to this timeline and this story?
I think this is just one of those cases that, not much could have prevented what happened this morning from what we've been able to gather from nurses who worked in there, from witnesses we've talked to, my colleagues have talked to, that it appears that for some reason, this mother brought her 24-year-old son to the 11th floor of Northside Hospital for some type of treatment, to see him for some reason. At some point,
what is the 11th floor for? What is the 11th floor is used for? That would help y'all out. He was on the 11th floor. What do they do on the 11th floor?
There was some bickering going on and shots were fired. And as you mentioned, 5 innocent victims were shot this afternoon in this hospital waiting room. We do know 1 died on the scene. Those other 4 victims at the hospital, 3 in critical condition. So a lot of prayers out for them, and a lot of prayers out for the men and women right now on the ground tracking down this suspect. He's already shot 5 people according to APD. So they are not taking any chances that he is still armed. He's extremely dangerous. In fact, so much so, he has a $10,000 bounty out right now for anyone who sees him to turn him in, because they also don't want this man to hurt himself. We don't know if he's going through a mental health crisis at this point, but obviously something triggered 24-year-old Deion Patterson to have him open fire in this hospital. And we can tell you, state, federal, and local agencies are right now helping AP to track down this man. And the best news could be they put him into custody here sooner rather than later. Back to you.
We'll be hoping for that, Cody. Thank you. We continue to follow this breaking news right now at 6. Want to re-rack things for you. The search still underway for a man accused of killing 1 person and injuring 4 others in Midtown.
Now, at this hour, police are telling us that he started shooting inside of a waiting room at a Northside medical facility. So we want to show you this image once again. We have been showing you this image all evening as we received it from police, but we want you to take another look. This is the man who police are searching for. He's 24-year-old Deion Patterson. And the search for him started early this afternoon and has now extended all the way out into Cobb County. We know that various law enforcement agencies from across the state and from multiple jurisdictions are now involved in that search as it focuses on Cobb County. We have live team coverage for you tonight, starting with our John Sherrick in Cobb County as the search moved to that area from Midtown. John.
We're at an apartment complex just off of US 41, just west of the Battery and Truist Park. It's called Edison Apartments. And you can see to my left and to my right, lots of Cobb County police cars are here at the entrance and exit to this apartment complex. What police are doing right now, they're inside the apartment complex here just west.
What do y'all think going on here? What do y'all think? What y'all think going on here? Y'all think somebody helping this man? Why would he go to Cobb County? Y'all, Cobb County, all the counties are decent counties. But for him to drive to Cobb County and park the car at the Braves Stadium, I thought they had them stadium parking lot blocked out, but evidently they don't. So I want to know how he got in there. So they must. I'm tripping because that's one stadium I haven't made out there yet, y'all. I haven't made out there yet. But for him to drive way out from downtown to Cobb County after carjacking a car, something ain't right. I thought they just told me a few minutes ago that they caught this man. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this down. They said they caught this man. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this down a little bit. I'm just tripping. That man, if that young man, if it's what? Okay, let me see. On the 11th floor of, let me look it up, y'all. Let me look and see what the 11th floor is. Okay, let me look it up. Cause ain't nobody gonna tell you nothing, so you have to look up stuff for yourself. So I'm gonna put name Midtown. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna look at Midtown Hospital. Okay, so Midtown Hospital is Emory. Let me put Atlanta and see what they say. Just how you have to research stuff if you want to know. Okay, so it's Emory Universal Hospital, Midtown. Well, why they calling it Midtown Hospital? Okay, y'all, I'm about to call while y'all on here with me. I'm about to call. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to call while y'all on here with me. Okay, let's see what the 11th floor is.
Emory Healthcare. If you have a non-urgent COVID-19 related concern, please call 404-712-6843 anytime, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you would like to speak to an operator, please stay on the line.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling in. How can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. Is this Midtown Hospital?
Yes, we have Oliver Healthcare. How can I help you?
Yeah. What floor is the 11th floor? What's that floor? What?
I'm not quite.
Like the 11th floor. What's the 11th floor? Is it?
I don't. You just said unit 11. You don't give us what type of floor is which.
Oh, it's not you a urologist. I'm supposed to be picking my mama up on the 11th floor, and I don't know the name of her name is Cora Carica.
How you spell her last name?
C-A-R. Oh Lord, R-E-K-E-R. I think.
What's her first name?
Cora. C-O-R-A. Can you find out what the floor is?
I'm trying to see now.
Maybe you can call up there and see what kind of floor it is, and it'll help me.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
Okay.
Speak to them if I can find the patient.
Okay.
Do you have a room number?
No, She don't have it. No, she supposed to be coming up there visit somebody. I got to pick her up, and I don't want to get her. I don't want to get out. I don't want to pick her apart.
So I'm gonna
Cora Carricker.
Cora, what you say her last name was?
Carricker.
Carricker. See, I don't see a Carricker.
Okay. Might not be that floor then. It might not be that floor.
We
See, if,
put it up by the patient.
oh, y'all put it up by the patient name.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You have to have that first and last name. Cause for HIPAA, you can't just come. So then first you have to give us the right information to get you connected to the area.
Okay, I got you. Well, let me call my sister right quick.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
We'll be here. We'll be 24 hours.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
All right, dear.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh, y'all, I couldn't get no information. I was trying to find out what the 11th floor was for. Y'all saw how smart that was. But they knew what I was doing.
West of the Battery in Truitt's Park, looking for the suspect, looking perhaps for a car that he might have taken to get to this area from Midtown Atlanta. And as police are letting people in, they are checking every single vehicle that leaves, looking inside the vehicles, looking inside their trunks, opening the backs of the cars. Cobb County Police are expected to give us a briefing soon about the status of their search for this suspect. They have been at the Galleria. They have been at Cumberland Mall. They have been, again, at the Battery in Truist Park. And here at this apartment complex, which is just across the way from the Battery in Truist Park, where they have been searching intensely. They have the Battery in Truist Park surrounded, checking those parking decks, checking this parking area here at this apartment complex. And again, as you will see, as this vehicle begins to leave, Cobb County Police have been stopping every vehicle and talking to each driver, making sure there's nobody else in the car, or at least establishing that the suspect is not in the vehicle. They open up the trunk, make sure nobody's hiding inside, and the vehicle, the driver, then are on their way. We will continue to monitor this, and when Cobb County Police give us their briefing, that will be the first time we've heard from Cobb County Police about their role in this massive search for the suspect. That should occur in the next few minutes, and we'll bring it to you live.
You have done so many unanswered questions, particularly and primarily why Cobb County? Why are they there? Why is the search focusing there? We want to go back now to Midtown Atlanta, where all of this, of course, started. Karis Belger has been there for the past several hours and has been getting new information from Atlanta police. Karis, what's the latest update that you have for us?
Well, right now, some of these police cars are starting to clear out as traffic is being let through. Remember, all of these streets were blocked off for several hours today. I did happen to speak with a few nurses who work inside the medical center where this all started. They were a little shaken up. I didn't want to put them on camera. They did tell me that they haven't been able to go in the building to get their belongings yet. Two of them told me they called their husbands to come get them because as far as they know, they can't go in right now to get any of their things. The only people who are being let into.
Who is helping this man? There's no way this man left from downtown, y'all. It's something going on. See, he don't got that check, allegedly. He don't got that check on the 3rd. And he want his money, and they trying to get rid of him. Y'all know what time that is right there. Y'all know what time it is. And then he gonna take it out on everybody because he mad, allegedly. Cause why else would his mama drop him out at the hospital? That's what they do, y'all. He want his money. I guarantee when they get ready to they're gonna find out. He upset. He mad. Cause if he's still trying to drive, he didn't want to go back with his mama. If he go back to his mama, they'll send him back to the institution. Please don't kill the man.
To the building or near the building are people who have cars in the parking deck. That's what they've told me. As far as police, they say that they are continuing to support other law enforcement agencies. And I want to mention there were several law enforcement agencies involved. Georgia Tech Police, Atlanta Police, Fulton County Sheriff. There were even SWAT teams here blocking off multiple blocks around the center for days. We're going to continue to get some more info later on. Go to this presser now for you.
Yeah,
All right.
in just a few moments, they're about to give us an update over in Cobb County. We know they're setting up for that press conference right now. Hopefully, we're going to get some more answers as to why this search shifted to Cobb County. We know it started in Midtown, and
let's get it out to you right now.
Earlier today, the city of Atlanta has experienced an active shooter event. We did get information that the shooter may have come to Cobb County. So we began to actually check our flock cameras. We actually went back and did discover that the vehicle had entered Cobb County. The vehicle has since been recovered by Atlanta PD. So for more information about the vehicle, you need to contact them. Around 12:30, by looking back at some of the cameras, we did spot what appeared to be a suspect in this area, which is why we have such a heavy presence. This was a couple hours after the incident. So this was around.
Y'all, hold up. I just got news right here that the suspect in the deadly shooting at an Atlanta medical facility has been arrested, police said. That's what it says. Shooting suspect was comprehended in a condo complex near Trust Park. He was in a condo complex out here where we just saw by the Braves Stadium. Now, why aren't they saying this? Hold on.
Around 2:30 or so that we actually discovered that the shooter was possibly in the area. So we are still searching right now. We have not had any eyewitness confirmation of the suspect. This has all been video that we have observed from our flock cameras and our real-time crime center. That's the only additional information we have.
So again, from Cobb County Police, to be clear, Atlanta Police are giving us some hints about where we should avoid.
At 7:41, we continue to follow breaking news right now. At 7, the search is still underway for a man accused of killing one person, injuring 4 others in Midtown Atlanta. And she has some details about what she knows with some of the information that she found leading up to the capture of the suspect.
There you go.
Well, I'm here at Waterford.
Y'all. Let me take it back. They got him. I don't know why they procrastinated with this. They got him.
Condition and in surgery, and of course we'll continue to bring the updates as we get them. Sending it back to you guys in the studio.
A true illustration of the extraordinary work that goes on at Grady Hospital, not just today, but every day. And that trauma unit there, we are lucky in this community to have them, and all of those talented people and dedicated professionals that are at work to save so many lives on a daily basis.
We certainly are. As we continue to follow this situation, we know it's one that isn't just impacting us here, but it's also gaining attention all over the nation. And Georgia Senator Reverend Raphael Warnock spoke about what transpired and its impact on everyone, but also him as well as a father earlier today. Here's what he had to say.
My own 2 children.
Okay, y'all, let me skip that. We already seen that. We want y'all to stop playing.
Street from the apartment complex where they were searching off the road.
5-year-old female.
Across Metro Atlanta.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Cobb.
That Smyrna, Marietta area, not far from the Battery. And that is eventually where he was captured tonight. We will have more details coming up in the next 3.5 minutes or so from Atlanta Police as they are holding a news conference to give us more information about how this all came down and what we are looking at now in terms of the suspect.
That's right. Our Cody Alcorn is at Atlanta Police headquarters awaiting new information from Atlanta Police on this potential suspect in custody information that we're receiving from the ground. That news conference is set to begin at 8 o'clock. We will take you there as soon as it begins, whatever time that may be. But as we've been speaking, Jeff, there has been no sightings, no witness verification of this suspect since 12:30 earlier today. That information coming from Cobb County Police phones on the podium. That has yet to begin. We will, of course, take you there as soon as it happens. But, something else that we understand after the shooting, police say that.
Let me get with it. Let me stop playing. Let me find it for y'all. He was arrested, y'all. Let me find it up. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. 1 second. This dude was arrested. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, let's go here. Let me put y'all back on him. Okay, wait. It's not going to do like that. Okay, hold on. Okay. Deion. Oh, that last name. Patterson. Arrested in Cobb County in the condo. That's what it said, in the condo. I know when they ran, when y'all saw them running, that's what they when y'all saw him running, that's what they went to. What? I know they ain't saying my boy gone. There you go, y'all. Here you go. Let me make sure y'all connected. He arrested after shooting in Atlanta. Police, hold up, y'all. Shooting. See, he look different right there. There you go. Let me put it right here for you. Let me see y'all. Hold on. Let me make sure y'all connected. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me see if y'all connected. Let me connect y'all to this. Y'all don't forget to, don't forget to hit that like button. Smash that like button, okay? Okay, right here. This is what I want y'all to see, okay? Oh, Lord. Okay, let me make sure y'all hooked up. I just want to make sure y'all hooked up, okay? Here we go. Got him. See, people, I'm going to tell y'all this. When they said that, when the news presented that he was in Cobb County, I knew they were going to catch him. I don't know why he drove out there. Y'all, we got to pray for folks. Y'all got to be safe out here and got to pray. I know things that people say, it may sound like it's crazy. It's real stuff going on here in this world. It's real. It's real, y'all. They got this man. They caught him. A lot of people got their checks today. They discouraged. People don't want them to get that money, go mess that money up, but they don't get it but once a month. And they want to help him. Because he don't start talking crazy, they're not going to be bothered with that day. So mental health is illness is serious. It's serious. Some folks don't feel like fighting that boy over his money today. He probably worried his mom to death. And he took it out on them people. And this is facts. This happens. Sad, man. They got him, though. They got him. one girl dead, and it's dead. This is 39-year-old down there. You got a 25-year-old down there. You had a 70-something-year-old woman, somebody's mama, 70-year-old, and he took their mama out of him. If you have a health condition, y'all, a mental health condition, I just want to pray for them. Y'all, if you're on in, just y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think. I ain't gonna say no more. I just feel so sad for the families of the victims and his mother. That's who I feel bad for. And I said, why would he come from downtown, Midtown, and go to Cobb County? Well, he knew not to go down another county, but shoot, Cobb County just as worse. Shoot, they were gonna get him out there. I don't know what he was thinking. And he don't even know, probably don't even know where he is. His mind was just wandering, allegedly. Allegedly means y'all I don't know. So I don't know what allegedly means. I just don't know, but that's why I said allegedly. I'm not speculating, I'm telling you. I don't know, but I'm just saying, he don't know. Why would you park a car at a Grade City and get out and start walking across the street to them rich folks? Man, he knows, man, he don't lie. Ooh, that's right. That's why he got that. And the family knows it. This is sad, y'all. Y'all can go back and look at the video if you want to. I need some of y'all to come in and chat and talk, so I won't have to. This is not speculation, because mental health is serious. These folks, this is third. A lot of them folks got their checks today. And the mama don't want them to spend their money on drugs and stuff. Because you need to be he probably should be taking his drug, his medicine. Why else would the mama drop him? I just called the 11th floor at Emory. He was at Emory in Midtown. That's a good hospital he was in. He went all the way up on the 11th floor with a weapon in his bag. And you think that man just got out the elevator, y'all, walked through that door, looked at them people and just shot them? Why did he shoot them? He don't know. He's 24 years old. He don't know. And they let him out of service. Soon he got in there, they let him out. Whole thing wanted to do good, but he couldn't. He need help. Why else would his mama drop him? I seen mamas don't drop their child out, and she took him to the best place, to that hospital. And he like, Mama don't want to go down here. She said, just go in there. They not gonna keep you. Let them. They know. He knew when he got in that hospital. They know that he wasn't taking his medicine. He don't shot 4, 5 women. 3 still in the hospital. 1 got shot in the face. 1 unalive. 1 is stable. They let her go. But 3 in the hospital. You ain't safe nowhere these days. That's why. Y'all think other people be crazy when they be talking like with some sense. What I'm saying. The way I'm talking, I see it. You ain't safe nowhere these days. You have to be paranoid. You have to look. The time that we living in now, you have to turn your head and look and see who walking in that door and be prepared to do what you need to do. I just sent a text to a young lady on Facebook. She said it ain't one thing, it's another. I supposed to be moving. She said, now every time I say I'm gonna move, something happens. You know what I sent that young lady a text and told her? Cause she just had a baby. I said, look, babe, don't you give up. I have to tell them the truth, y'all. I said, who else gonna tell them this? I said, don't give up. Cause the devil wants you to quit. When you doing good, she said, she been doing good. Now she got to move. She said, it ain't one thing, it's another. I said, let me tell you something. Don't give up. Cause that's what the devil wants you to do. Man, don't get hard like that, baby. Just don't give up. Do what you gotta do to fix it. I couldn't leave no key moment with her. That girl was under pressure. She said, every time I think about I'm supposed to be moving, it ain't one thing, it's another. That's how it is. When it rains, it pours. We all been through that situation. When it rains, it pours. And it pours, baby, hard when you get money and it ain't enough money. And you just had a baby. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't stress. Don't stress. It is what it is. Put this stuff in the storage. Somebody let you come stay with them for a minute. Yeah, I've been on this case all day and I don't call my friend. Now see, she might be looking at this channel now. I don't know. I've been trying to call her because she the one told me about the shooting downtown today. I'm in Atlanta and I didn't hear nothing. Well, I'm in a different portion of Georgia. I'm in a different county, but what I'm saying is when she came up there, she told me what happened down there. And she said they stopped the dude. And I was right there. They stopped the dude. She said they asked the dude, oh man, we might be looking for you. Da 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 da. And she said what they were saying to him, she said, I believe that was the guy. And then she doubted herself. Women, stop doubting yourself. Then she said, no, I may be wrong. I said, but you may be right. They could have let them, and then he stole the car. Carjack, somebody was in the car, right? Shoot, he can have that car. I can get another car. He took the car, y'all. Drove the car way out from downtown Midtown on West P Street. If you're from Atlanta, you know where West P Street is. It's not that far from Cobb County. It's not just around this, I say about a good 35 minutes. 35. All depends on traffic. Yeah, it seemed like to me he didn't run into no traffic. And if this was around 12:30, 30 is sometimes it be traffic right there downtown. It be congested right there downtown by Grady Memorial Hospital right there. Coming through on that highway right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about on that 85 route, 85 north. So when he went to Cobb County, he didn't go north. He went 285 north. Is it 85 north? Well, anyway, on the other side. But it wouldn't have took him long to get there. That man was driving fast. And he was 24. Y'all, if I'm gonna drop the link. If y'all want to come in and talk, y'all can come in and talk. Y'all, what's going on? I just heard it was now that was 5 people he shot. The dude in Texas shot 5 people. Now they saying somebody in Chicago don't shot 5 people. What's going on, y'all? What's going on with these numbers? What's going on with these numbers? What's going on that we don't know about? how my mind just skip that quick like that. Oh yeah, let me drop the link. Real deal. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wanna come talk, y'all. We ain't doing nothing but talking. I can't do nothing but speculate sometimes to keep y'all on y'all. I have to do that sometimes, but I ain't speculating today. It's for real. This happened for real. And if I was smart today, I should have. The lady was so excited, y'all. Y'all ain't got to run. There go people running because I put that I just put that up there for anybody, not just for one person. You don't start running. I'm scared. I just want to watch y'all. I don't want to say nothing. I'm going to leave this up here in case somebody want to talk about it. Sad. Let me see, can I find a video? Who is that? Channel 2? Channel 2 got some. Hold on, y'all. Channel 2 got some. Oh, I just did Channel 2. Hold on, y'all. Hello, y'all. Let me find Channel 2. Go to YouTube. Okay, let me go. There you go. I don't want 11. 11, y'all had me on my needles and toes today, honey. Let me see what Channel 2 talking about. Channel 2, 11, y'all had me. Whoa. I'm not looking when I'm shooting. When I'm typing. So I may type something wrong. But okay, look at the keyboard and type. I have to look away. I don't type like this. I didn't learn that way. Nah, I already got you. I don't want 11. I want 5 suspect shooter arrested. I want this. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Ooh, child. Hold on. Let me catch it. Let me turn this down, y'all. Oh, got it my wide open. Hold on, y'all. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Turn the music down. Okay. Why so low? Oh, they getting it ready. The mic low. Mic low. The mic is low while y'all playing. What? Why they got the mic so low? Good looking mayor. We got a good looking mayor. Good looking man. Hold on, y'all. I don't see where y'all. Hold on. It don't look like y'all right here where I am. Let me see. Let me see. I'm not right there. Let me get out of this and come. Y'all not looking at what I'm looking at. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Share screen. Okay, that's it.
They also kept our community safe during an enormously tense afternoon and evening. I want to thank our citizens for keeping calm, staying in place, and for providing critical information to law enforcement throughout the day. Now, I'm going to turn it over to law enforcement to share an update, and I'll return to share a few additional remarks later. Now, I'll turn it over to APD Police Chief Darren Shearbaum.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to thank the members of the press for being here this evening. You all have played an important role today as we kept citizens both in Atlanta and Cobb County informed, asked for their assistance as we sought the apprehension of this very dangerous perpetrator. Thank you for returning tonight to again update those of our various communities. The mayor spoke today of a capable, competent, and brave response by the first responder network that served not only this city, but this region. And I just want the men and women of the Atlanta Police Department to know, those that are in our 911 center, our first responding officers, our tactical teams, our investigators, how proud, yet again, I am of you of the work that you have done today on behalf of the city. And in the most dire of circumstances, you have shown what you do daily for the men and women that call this city home and those that visit here. If you look closely on the earliest views from the crime scene, you saw not only the Atlanta Police Department responding, you saw a network of officers representing multiple agencies who have trained for this various outcome. Mr. Mayor, over and over again, that a day that this tragedy should befall this city, that we would be ready. And I stand here today to tell you that the first responder network was there today for their city. The Sheriff of Fulton County, Sheriff Labatt, the Georgia State Patrol, the MARTA Police Department, Georgia Tech Police Department, Georgia State University, marshals, they were all on scene quickly, executing their active shooter protocol to stop the situation. And then very shortly, we were joined by the GBI, the FBI, the Secret Service, as well as United States Marshal Service as we sought to bring this person into custody. And that investigation soon showed us that this perpetrator had left the city and remained a threat elsewhere. And Sheriff Van Hooser, I just want you to know that we are a grateful city tonight for your partnership and the efforts of your law enforcement agency to take this individual into custody. And then this morning, we celebrated the bravery of Atlanta Fire Rescue, not far from here as their annual commemoration of Firefighters Day. And to see the Paramedics and firefighters, when we did not know where the shooter was, that could easily have still been in the building around the corner, to see our firefighters dismount their trucks and Chief Smith go into that situation. But it wasn't the first time I've seen that, Chief, because we had seen that in training over and over again. And today, when it was necessary to save lives, we were very proud to see a strong partnership as we moved into that dangerous situation. And thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask our Deputy Chief of Criminal Investigations, Charles Hampton, to come forward to recap what has transpired today, what we have learned from the investigation, and then Chief Van Hoosier will come forward to outline how his department led to the capture of this perpetrator today. Chief.
Good evening. What we do know, we know that shortly before noon, the subject entered into 1110 West Peachtree Street and went to a medical center inside the building. It was shortly thereafter that he shot our first victim, and then the first 911 call came after that. He spent about maybe 2 minutes inside the building where he then exited on foot. And what we were able to pick up on the camera network system is that he went to a Shell gas station where he commandeered a vehicle. That car pickup truck was left running unattended, and he took that vehicle. We were able to, again, use video to obtain a tag and immediately place that tag into our LPR system, our license plate reader system. And so at that time, we had to really do some work to figure out where he was at. There was a series of search warrants drafted both here in Atlanta and Cobb County because we were getting information of residents and other local.
Hold on, y'all. Let me turn this off. So y'all can hear.
Locations that he may go to. So that was done as well. And then roughly around 12:30, we received an alert from the LPR system that he was in Cobb County. And so that again, we were on the phone immediately with Cobb to let them know that this individual was somewhere in their jurisdiction. And as Chief said, we'll then let Chief Van Hoosier just kind of talk about what happened in his jurisdiction. But I would tell you that although we may not have known exactly where he was, as soon as we were alerted that he was out of our area of responsibility, we contacted that local jurisdiction and that coordination took place. Chief.
Good evening. My name is Stuart Van Hoosier. I'm the police chief in Cobb County, just north of Atlanta. And first of all, I want to very much express our collective condolences to the families involved and know that me personally, and I'm sure collectively from all of those who were involved in today's incident, that our prayers and thoughts are with the families that have been affected by this. Of course, we saw what was going on the news. We had heard through our networks of what was going on in Atlanta. When we discovered that the individual had last been identified on a flock LPR camera in our jurisdiction. Of course, we sent officers to that area and set up, not so much a perimeter, but we began to look for the vehicle. And I will be honest with you. First of all, let me apologize in advance. I have not prepared a statement. I have not had time to prepare a statement. So what I'm giving you guys is not planned, and I will probably make a few mistakes, and I'll probably forget to thank some people. But what I can tell you is this: these are massively complex investigations, and information comes in so quickly, and it is so confusing and so contradicting that we find that we are often trying to go 3 or 4 different places very quickly, each seeming to be the suspect. And so that was what was happening today. We had, it was a fairly chaotic scene. We were being called to various locations in that area about what appeared to be legitimate sightings of this individual. And there was some fear, of course, in the citizens in that area, of course. So our officers were responding to those calls. And I will say this: if you rewind the hand of time 4 years, we probably would not be where we are today right now. Technology played a huge role, but technology doesn't do any good without people who are determined to capture an individual that would do something like this. And today we saw where those two things came together in an amazing way. Nobody went home today. Everybody stayed. We have a fairly new real-time crime center by a local company named Fusus. Flock is a fairly new company. It's a local company as well. We have partnered with both of those companies, and they have brought us some amazing tools, as has the other jurisdictions in the Atlanta area. Those tools are what really got us the clues that we needed to make this successful, and the people that were getting those clues from that technology made this happen. So we had a lot of clues, enough clues from both our real-time crime center and Flock to have a pretty good instinct on the calls that were coming in. We had checked a building that we knew that he had gone into, and we had cleared that building, and we knew that he was not in that building. That building was unoccupied. It was being built. It was very close to Truist Park and the Battery, which of course was very concerning to us, as that's many people would be in that location. So we were concerned about the safety of our community in general, but particularly that one. So the operators in our real-time crime center were fielding many of these calls and looking at them and trying to determine which ones seemed legitimate, which ones did not. And most of that is a little bit of gut, but it was also based on some of the things that we were seeing on the map and what made sense to the real-time operators. One real-time operator in particular saw a 911 call come in, literally said, "I think this is going to be him." And it was mostly instinct, but a lot of it did have to do with where this call was coming in and where this individual was supposed to be. That real-time operator communicated with the 911 operator that was in the command center with us, and we prioritized that call on the radio. And we had some officers, both undercover and uniformed officers. I believe, if I have my facts correct, that an undercover officer was the one that originally saw and confronted this individual, and was able to then have backup from uniform officers that came in and took him into custody without incident. I would forget, and I will forget, some of the people and organizations to thank, but I can reiterate what Mayor Dickens and Chief Shearbaum said, and there's no reason to really go back into all of it, but I can tell you that it does not work without a cooperative community, a community that backs up the police, that allows the police to take risks and try to take violent people into custody. We have a very, very supportive community in Cobb County, a very supportive elected official group, and very supportive leadership. And that's very, very important for us. We had great community members who were calling us and giving us information. We have a 911 center who has shared their data with us. We have a DOT that gave us information and access to cameras that we did not have previously. And those cameras proved extremely helpful today. That is where we got the precise location of the building that he walked into. So the amazing cooperation between many that you would not really consider a public safety agency, like the Department of Transportation, and all the public safety agencies in Cobb County, the cities. GSP helped us with Overwatch and with a helicopter. It's just you can't really thank people without missing someone. But hats off to everybody who was involved in this and all of the foundation of the technology that was laid. And lastly, I'll have to say that the communication between agencies in Metro Atlanta has probably never been this good, particularly from the Atlanta Police Department. Incredible outreach with Chief Shearbaum and the whole team here. And we were here just last week learning things from the Atlanta Police Department. So thank you to everyone who was involved in this. We're, of course, honored to have been a part of it, and thank everyone who was involved. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief. Thank you, Chief. And thank you again to all of our partners here in law enforcement for their cooperation and professional work today. As you can see, this is a group project. This took multiple jurisdictions working together, highly trained officers who not only found this suspect, but brought him into custody to stand trial. So thanks to the professional and trained law enforcement in our region, this is a instance where justice is the case of the day. But that doesn't change the fact that one woman died, and there are 4 more in the hospital just a few blocks away from here, fighting for their lives. And I want to thank Grady Hospital, the care that they've given immediately to those 4 individuals. Those 4 women are now on the mend, and that's because of the outstanding work by our trauma center and those medical professionals at Grady. So we need to talk about the shooting that happened today. This was a horrible act of gun violence, but equally horrifying is that we know that this is not unique in our country. In 2023 alone, there have been nearly 200 reported instances of mass shootings in America. We have taken extraordinary measures in Atlanta to bring down violent crime in this city. We've enhanced our policing. We've invested in non-policing activities that make our city safer. We've invested in the root causes of crime at the same time that we're cracking down on repeat offenders who commit violence in our community. Those measures have produced great results. Before today, we were down 26% in violent crimes across our city. And those are not just stats. Those are real people who are not going to be victims of violence. But we know there is more that needs to be done. But what more can we do as a city? What more can we do as a community, as a state, or as a nation? We have a national epidemic on gun violence in America, and we have a serious problem with how we are treating mental health in this nation. One thing we know is that it doesn't have to be this way. Other nations have challenges with mental health, but they don't seem to have nearly the level of gun violence that we do in America. So it's the guns that we're talking about. We live in a state and in a nation where people have easy and wide access to firearms that are used to kill other fellow Americans. We need immediate action that meets the urgency of this crisis.
That's right.
We need universal background checks, and we need to close the gun purchase loopholes. We need better red flag laws that allow judges to remove guns from people who pose risks.
That's
We need to
right.
do everything we can to ensure that folks who shouldn't have guns can't get them. There's a lot of talk about Second Amendment rights. We need more actions about the rights of our citizens to go about their lives, to be able to go to a doctor's office, to a supermarket, to a gas station, or to their school without the threat of being gunned down.
That's right.
We all need to do our part to stop these horrific acts from happening again and again. So you will be hearing more from me on this. But today, we are grateful for the women and men who brought this to a close. The team of people that back up the team of people that you see standing here. And our prayers are with the victims and with the families that were injured or killed today. With that, I am happy to take your questions.
All right, y'all. So there you have it. The mayor is going to cut down on these guns. Wish him luck doing that. Because they buying them guns off the street. But they did capture the guy, y'all. Mental health is serious. I told y'all. Anytime the mama drop him off at them hospital, she ain't about to be putting up with him acting crazy. He don't got that check. And he don't went out there and spent some money, went and did what he had to do, allegedly. But she ain't take him down there for nothing. But all right, y'all. Y'all like share and subscribe. I'll try to get an interview with the lady I don't know why I didn't get that interview when she was standing right there talking to me. I wasn't thinking about no interview. I was waiting on them kids to get out of school. But I get an interview with her tomorrow and live, and she'll tell y'all what happened because she was right there. But y'all like, share, and subscribe. Real deal. Y'all take it easy. Be safe out there. You know, if you got loved ones, you know the doctor need to see it. You know, y'all, hey, tell them what's going on. Okay, I'm out, y'all. I'm out.